Hell yeah. Oh man, this song fucking rips. This is a perfect Friday song too, folks. Let it fucking rip. How's everybody fucking doing? How are we doing today? Man, I'm beyond excited. I gotta get another light going here. Hold on, folks. There it is. Oh, the drink's on me. Oh, this is a good song. I've only actually, I have this playing in the background all the time, and the algorithm nails everything you play. And it's nailed me so many times, but none of these artists care if their stuff is shared, if their stuff is played on YouTube in the background and stuff. It's different. Things have changed a little bit. Now, it used to be they'll nuke you for anything. Now they're like, oh, let's make a lot less work for everyone and piss a lot less people off if we just, go through the artists and see which one of them. I can't imagine that a lot of these artists are going to give a flying shit if I'm sharing their stuff in the background of one of my streams talking about plugins, right? It's weird, but they let you know copyright, but none of the bands care, so they just let it happen, and they're just like, yeah, whatever, but we're just letting you know we fucking saw you, but it doesn't matter. Like, why even put the resources into that? Why not just take all that right out? I don't know. I'm still getting to know YouTube stuff. And the pre-recorded content will not have as much of that in the background. It'll have more like, pardon me, it'll have more like, just like your average background music going on in those streams. I'm just still tinkering with those. I want to make sure they're right. And so far, I've had to delete a whole bunch of them because I wasn't happy. So got to make sure it's something that I'm happy with before I get to the pre-recorded stuff and the like single plugin reviews and stuff. So those are coming, but I mean, I'm having fun populating. Happy fucking Friday, everybody. My name is Tyler, and this is the AmpSim universe, and we are here today. Let me catch up. Holy fuck. We got a bunch of comments here. Pedro, how are you? Thomas, yeah. Eddie, yeah. I'm imagine Bo is not going to be too far behind, and most folks are going to be probably dropping in today. I could not be more stoked, guys. Pardon me. I'm all over the place. I'm burping up a storm today. What are we doing? We're doing NAMP stuff. We're talking, we're going to talk some shit. We are going to be talking about what we're doing. We're going to be talking about the new contest. Very exciting. Who's excited for free shit? Well, yeah, Wavemind, by the way, and Valhalla are going to band together and make sure that y'all are going to get some really cool shit in the month of March. It's going to be a fun March. March Madness is going to be fun. We're going to be a lot of, a whole bunch of rectifier stuff this month, comparing the Wavemind Rev F to a bunch of other stuff and getting it involved in the mix. And we would not be pushing this product or even involved in a contest with this product if we did not 100% believe in this company. And having a chance to have talked with Wavemind, the main man over there, it has been a real trip. The guy is a refreshing look at the market and how he wants to do things. This light is way too bright. Hold on. All right. Fucked everything else up. Gosh, so unprofessional. I had my lights jacked up the other day because I made a video for the kids in my classroom. I played along to some Taylor Swift, and those of you that are on my Facebook will have seen said Taylor Swift cover. But I was met with some firm brows. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. How did it go? You might be wondering, like, how did it go? Did the kids enjoy it? And the kids did enjoy it. Most of the boys enjoyed it, for sure. And the girls, however, did not enjoy it as much. And one girl that was acting as their spokesperson today came up to me and let me know that they felt a bit ripped off and that it was cool and the video was awesome and that they liked, but they felt a little ripped off. And I said, kids, you got to read the fine print and the contest and in the vote rather. And it did not. Sam's running into dishes. Anyways, so the girls were not. So I'm going to have to go back and play some bass to the actual Taylor Swift Never Ever 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 McEver, that song. I'm gonna have to go do it now, like for real. So it is what it is. Tripping on Nam. You know what, Eddie? For those of you that aren't aware, Eddie recently found Nam, and I'll be honest, I only found it semi recently myself. Not found it, but like I gave it another shot. And for a while, I'll be honest, I didn't really. I had tested it and it didn't do it for me, but the profiles that I tested weren't very good anyway. Gave it another shot, and man, I'm loving it. And I'm noticing that we get a lot of views on these NAM streams. And we had one fella that chimed in and said that he had both NAM and Tonex and didn't see much of a difference, said they were both pretty much identical. I disagreed. I agreed to disagree with the man on this one because they are, in fact, very, very different animals. And that one is very, very good, and the other one is very, very much not good. Tonex sucks. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it. Amplitude is great. It's gotten much better, but Tonex needs a lot of work. And I don't think it can even touch... I don't think it can touch NAM on its own, even just by itself with free profiles. Don't even bother with Tonex. Guys, just go with NAM. That's the neural amp modeler right here. It's free if you're not familiar, and then you can head straight over to Tonehunt and get yourself lots of really kick-ass profiles. You might end up with some shitty ones every now and again, and then you just go, all right, bye-bye. And that's it. It's gone. And then you never have to think about it again. And often, I haven't found a lot of shitty ones yet. I found a few, but not tons. Most of the shitty ones I found were on the bass side of things. I don't know, maybe if it's different, capturing bass amps, but haven't found a lot of good bass stuff yet. We're going to go over some new some bass stuff in the second half. We're going to try to be on here for a bit today as long as my voice will hold up. Pardon me. Sorry, folks. That free red drive pedal straight slices. I mean, I'm just so stoked that you guys... And you know what, guys? I'm not... Okay, I can't shit. Can you move those dishes for me? By chance, please? I put them in a... Those are the bad spot for Sam. Sorry, guys. And sorry to you for interrupting your work. Anyways. We have a blind cat. And there were some dishes on the ground, and he just was stepping on them. And that was probably not good for him and for us. Anyhow, let's go back to it. We're talking about NAM. And I've tried a number of profiles at this point. And I haven't really tried a lot of bad ones. And Tonehunt is just rad. I kind of a little bit lost my train of thought there, but we're going to get there. Oh yeah, the big news. Now I can't share a lot with you guys. I can't. But all I can say is that we here at the Amp Sim universe, along with a developer out there, we're working on a plugin. That's all I can say to you guys. We're working on a plugin and another plugin. The first one is right here. We just released it, the Sword. Not updated yet with all these presets. There's only a factory maybe say like 12 or 10 or something like that. But when Luca has a chance to add these presets to the new update, you're gonna get all this giant list of them here, and they do all kinds of things. This is the Sword. You can get it for free over at audioordy.com. Now we're working on something new that just may or may not involve the neural amp modeler. As many of you are aware out there, or maybe you're not, this has been kind of put out there for open source with open source code, and the builder and the genius Steve Atkinson behind the neural amp modeler has just put it out there and said, You know what? You want to do something with it? Do something with it. You want to not do something with it? Don't do something with it. And if you know, and so far there's a bunch of plugins out there that are using the NAMM technology in different ways. And one of those plugins is Genome. And Genome here, we'll go to the screen. Genome here is awesome. This is essentially right here, sort of their remade, their look at NAMM. And also it enables you to use NAMM with their incredible cabinet selection that you can go and buy. They were nice enough. Thank you so much to Tonehunt. Once again, they were nice enough to gift us pretty much everything. I just asked for a few. They sent me everything, everything they had. And thank you so much to Tonehunt. Very, very, very appreciated. I don't even know where I'd find the time to use all of this stuff, but I am going to find some of the time. And it enables you to use the NAMM. So basically this kind of works as NAMM right here, kind of. And then they add varying things in the signal chain instead of having just NAMM. So NAMM is kind of like the heart. I'm not even really gonna talk about the amps that are thrown in here. I don't like any of them, and I just don't. They do give you some stock amps as well. You can look here, Albion, Aviator, Eldorado, Flatback. But I've yet to be able to get really any of the great tones out of them. I hate to say it. I'm not saying that it's not worth a shot. You might like them. I didn't really care for them. However, Genome here, the codex portion of Genome is phenomenal. This is very, very cool stuff. All right. Yes, he is a genius. You're right. You're correct. Let me catch up with the comments. I have to give Tonex. Hold on. I do not try. Thomas, we'll take care of you on that, because remember they actually gifted us a few licenses for the team. I just have to go in and change the password. That's something to something a little bit more team friendly, not something personal. And then we can actually give out a bunch of licenses. The developer wanted me to gave you a thumbs up. And thanks so much to WaveMind for that, by the way. So I will get you a copy of that. Nothing is a bad motherfucker. And if you, by the way, while you're over at WaveMind, check out their freeware. They have one of my favorite one of my absolute favorite new free tube screamers. And it's called the X Drive. And it's made to be like the Maxon 808X. Yes, it is. And that is, for those of you that have ever used the 808X, the red guy, oh my gosh, it's a what a pedal. So I'm just going to go with the standard neural amp sim kind of deal right now. Sorry, the neural amp modeler. Oops. And I'm going to be using my own impulse responses here. There's some blend. I'm going to be testing out some blends. The sword is going to be in and out. I'm going to have the neural amp modeler in another instance over here, providing perhaps a look at being able to load up a pedal. But for now, the boosting the boosting duties rather are going to be all to the sword. Sword. This thing is, it's badass though, guys. You guys are going to like it. I promise. I promise you're going to like it. This dude came out with a genuine gift here. It's a slippery slope though, right, Eddie? It's a slippery slope. It is. It's an amazing gift. It is. What he's done is it's an amazing gift, but it's also a slippery slope, because now, now it enables, I think we're going to see a lot of plugins. Like there's going to be this ocean of plugins that are completely and only based around a nice UI with amps that are, some sort of wizardry. It has to, the NAMM is at the heart of it. And I don't see that as a bad thing. I just see that as like, it's definitely, at least now, not at this point. I don't think I can think of a few different ways that, geez, it'd be tough. I mean, right now, a profile is a profile. At the end of the day, a profile is a profile is a profile. And that does not compare quite to a genuinely hard-coded from analog, machine, like, your Neural DSP, Fortin Nameless Suite, or your Audiority VS8100, your Valve State plugin there, like stuff like that. It's not going to compare to those. you know, and you could, for all we know, sometimes when you're using profiles, you don't know if you're using like, is this a profile of a plugin? You know, like you get the feeling like it could be. For IRs today, we're going to be going through a variety of selections. I have some of Eddie's stuff loaded up here, which is awesome. And I've been, if you're not familiar, by the way, Eddie on our team here, he's making some of his own IRs, and we're going to be bringing those to the public at some point. So we're going to be giving those a go. For most of this month, though, you guys are going to be hearing a lot of impulse responses from a company called Valhalier. And some of my favorite selections from there, I've got them in a folder, stuff I've just been kind of testing out. So let's see where we end up with just a profile. And that sounds quite thin right now. I need to test it out. Just, well, hang on a sec here. We tested on one of our blends. Hang on. All right. Okay. That's not too bad. We can do better though. And what I suggest is when you're using NAM, if you're using just the free version, experiment. Put stuff in the signal chain. You know, put some interesting stuff in the signal chain. And we've been doing some experimenting of our own here, and we found some really interesting things and interesting ideas. And depending on what we're deciding to do, we're going to be sharing some ways that you guys can bring some kind of more realism just to the free version of NAM as is, you know, and hopefully we'll be able to share some fun stuff. I need something that's a little bit more consistent right now. Why am I out of tune already? It's haunting me already. I can feel it. It's the Friday, the unlucky Fridays for tuning. Every Friday, it seems like. But I also can't complain because, guys, this is really strange about the place that I live in. Yesterday, I want to give you guys the theory here. If you guys are living in Celsius parts of the world, Fahrenheit parts of the world, you're going to have to do some converting here. But yesterday, in my part of the world, it was negative 31 Celsius. Negative 33 Celsius. And today, plus 6. So that's going to have something to say. My guitars are going to be like, you can't be in an environment like that. If it's a piece of fucking wood, you know, it's going to react to that temperature dip. Why is it so thin today? For whatever reason, I can't get the guitar juiced up today. And it's out of tune like crazy. Out of tune all over the place. My goodness, this is actually quite problematic right now. Okay, now I have to bump it, and we'll just do some kind of tweaking in the signal chain here. These strings are newish, but they should be brighter than this. Second half, I've got some brand new strings with I'm not going to be it's not even going to be half. Probably do like a half an hour or so with the bass. I haven't found a lot for bass yet. There's a lot of dark glass, a lot of Sans Amp, but not a lot of. Geez, it's going to be a whole stream of tuning today. I can just feel it. You guys are like, fuck that, 150 minutes tuning? No way. I'm going to do something else, like anything else. Can you imagine? Can you imagine I just sat here and tuned like full volume, full distortion? Sorry, hold on. Wait a minute, just a second. Can you imagine? Oh, gosh. Everybody has seen that band, that young band that tunes at full distortion, full volume between songs. I'm going to sneak a little assistance in here. I'm going to put a little, just going to do a little bit of experimentation. We're going to stick that in there. Just going to give it a little goose here. Let's see what we got now. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. That'll do. Sounds pretty good, eh? This is a Crate Blue Voodoo with a Maxon 808. This is one of my favorite amp packs. The profile, there's like, they did a whole pack with the Crate Blue Voodoo, and it sounds fucking awesome. I also realized that I made a mistake with how I ran this. Should have run it on the other side, but I decided to try my mic from the other side because this blocks a lot of what's going on. But over here is just so phenomenally inconvenient for every other aspect of this living space that I just couldn't keep it over there. It looked way better though. Yeah. Hell yeah. I'm having fun here. Let's catch up with the comments. Tonocracy also features their own proprietary gear capturing album. So are you guys saying in the comments that that Tonocracy is better than Genome? Because I found the exact opposite, actually. Firebird. Da, 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 da. I don't know the words, but I like this song. So many fucking songs. I know every fucking instrument, what every instrument is doing in the song at all times, where every cymbal crash is, where every snare fill, like every fill. But when it comes to the words, like I don't know them. I just don't know the words, legitimately. I have no idea what the words to some of my favorite songs of all time are. I just don't know them. All right, if you're in the comments, by the way, always say hello. See what's going on. We have a contest going this month. Valhalla. It's like Valhalla, but take the A off and add an IR, aka impulse response. Valhalla. Get it? All right. So they have one of the most interesting libraries that you'll see out there. This dude's a cabinet maniac. He builds his own cabinets, really strange cabinets from time to time, refurbishes old ones. Truthfully, one of the coolest impulse response developers out there. Hell of a nice guy, Andreas over there, and we're gonna have him on for a chit chat at some point in the month of March, and for anybody who wants to just ask him some questions. Also, doesn't really use a lot of amp sims. Doesn't, admittedly, but we were talking about it today, and he had to fire a few of those up, and he loves them. So let's see. Just pointing out their difference. All right, sorry, I'm just, like I said, guys, I was kind of just looking through. I actually I only gave Tonocracy a couple of minutes, but, I couldn't really, I don't know, I'll give it another go at some point. We'll talk about that later. I'm not going to say there's anything wrong with it by any means. All right. So is Genome still free? Because I went on the website, it said something about $79.99. I don't know if it's still free. Is it free? What's free? Is it happening? All right. Anyways, here's an interesting pack. It's called the Clarion. I can't find it all of a sudden. Here it is. Yeah. The Clarion Lead. And you guys go research this pack. He uses 3 different amps somehow together. Now, Bo or Eddie or Bo or someone, you guys would be able to figure. You can look at what they did here. They used the preamp. They used like 3 different stages with 3 different amps. One of them being like the, oh, for fuck's sakes, the Richie Blackmore angle. And it's through something else, and it's kind of bizarre the way they have it set up. But they did a capture, and I had no idea. I looked up the amp thinking it was some sort of boutique thing, and no, it's just something that they kind of created for the sake of doing these profiles. So you're getting something super unique when you get this Clarion pack. So let's check it out. Not too bad. Nice. That sounds good. So I'm just kind of pissing around with a bunch of different IRs here. I'll be going in and out of different ones just for fun. Now, here's the thing. If you've never used the neural amp modeler before, now some profiles will be just the amp. Some profiles will be just the amp and the pedal. Some profiles will be the amp, the pedal, and the cabinet. And then some profiles, like there's just mixes and matches of all sorts of different things that people are creating profiles with. So you really have to go get accustomed to kind of how they do things. And you'll know right away, though. First, I mean, if you're a beginner, you might not know right away. I'm not going to lie to you. But if you hear this tubey sound, you'll know. So if the profile has an IR and it all of a sudden out of nowhere, you can kind of just tell whether something has an IR or doesn't. And if it's doubled, then it'll basically sound like you're going to be, down a tunnel. All right. Fucking tuning issues today. Holy smokes. And that's this thing with this, the climate here, it must drive my guitars bananas. Bananas. If you're a piece of wood and it goes through a lot of turmoil, I guess, in 40 degrees. All right, let's change some things up. Genome is free for existing 2-note users. Yeah, I am an existing 2-note user, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, the thing, Tonehunt makes it real easy. They could not make it easier. However, they could make it easier to contact these people. There's no contact at all. I can't find any way to contact anyone unless they have left their email address or a way to contact them in their profile, which most of them haven't. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting because I really want to get in contact with some of these users to make sure, I want to tell them, hey, we would love to use your profiles in a plugin. If we were to do such a plugin. But yeah, anyways. Not always. For whatever reason, I guess the people have to choose the icon, I think. I don't think Tonehunt automatically just does it. I think it you can choose it yourself. So if the maker of the profile doesn't even really know or doesn't know specifically, then it could be tough. Anyways, we're listening to some power metal in the background. So this is the Clarion Lee. This is a bit of a different bird, like I said. A little bit too much juice. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds great. Let's go with the 808X1. Oh boy, that's still too much level. You can't handle the chugs. You can't handle the chugs. And then other dudes have gone out and actually like recreated the signal chains of some like fairly notable players and done profiles on those as well. Gone and done like profiles with like Lamb of God specific settings on bolt guitars and stuff like that. Specific, you know, using a triple crown. I don't know. I'm sure, does he use a triple crown or is he using the quad? I can't remember. Oh boy, I fucking fucked that one up. Oh, it's juicy. So this isn't even an amp that exists in real life. They just went and done it. And if you're curious, what I'm doing here is I'm using I'm just using this weird old preamp plugin from Fuse Audio Labs. I'm just kind of floating it in here between that and the my impulse response loader. So you can get kind of creative with some things out there if you want to warm up the profiles a little bit and do some fun things of your own. Which is essentially all Genome does. Kind of. They just put some stuff in there that make the profiles sound warmer and give them more punch. Yeah, it's a great idea. It's a fantastic idea. And if you're an existing Two Notes user, you can get it for free. If you're not, you got to pay $80. Freaking tuning. Holy fuck, this amp rips. Just rips. Thing's awesome. Absolutely awesome. I'm wondering what I'm going to get nuked for this time. Last stream, I got nuked for some random surf song because I had it on in some random, like a random profile, or sorry, random playlist before I switched over to mine. One song. And it's just because it's banned in Russia or something like that. I'm so stupid. Ridiculous. But I mean, if you think about it, going on that comment, it's up to the creator. I mean, if you're the creator of a profile, and you've put it out there to the world for free, you're not charging anybody for it. It's not something that somebody had to purchase. And then someone goes and makes a plugin based on said platform. And they use your plugin, so your profile in their plugin. And they put out just like, you know, kind of a disclaimer that says, hey, you know, we've used a bunch of profiles. Whatever. We've used a bunch of profiles without permission. So if anybody would like to have these removed, we'll remove them. I mean, I don't know. As long as the plugin is free, though, if it's for sale, you got to make your own plug. You have to make your own profiles. If it's for sale, you absolutely have to make your own profiles. You cannot use someone else's profiles. But if it's a free plugin and you're using profiles that are free, I don't know. I don't know what that would be like, depending on what you're doing with it, I guess. I don't know. It's where it starts to get murky, murky waters. And everybody, it's our midstream Samuel sighting. He's in here. Ladies and gentlemen, baby Samuel coming through. Come on there, buddy. Moving on through. Come on there. All right. Wonderful. Here he is gone. He's been on his way through. Got to do a courtesy and move the mic stand. I missed it. I done missed that harmonic. I done missed her. Still out of tune for shit. Cannot keep anything in tune today. Guitars are all mad at me. This one's usually pretty good for this stuff, though. Awesome. This is the Clarion from Arlington Audio. See, in this case, it would be easy to get in touch and with because they've got a business, right? They've actually got a studio to some effect, and probably you could reach out to them and be like, hey, what do you want to do? We'll give you naming rights. I think if you were to put all the profiles, if it was a free plugin and you put all the profiles, I don't know. Very interesting. I mean, if anybody, you'd think if folks wanted I don't know. Actually, geez, I don't know. That's a tough question. You really just got to make your own stuff, I guess. I don't know. Super fun. Whoa, who's all in here? Wow, this one fucking fell off quick, boys. Fell off quick. We had a couple people in here with us. It's a bit of a slow stream today. What can I tell you? It's Friday. We like to just shit talk and talk about gear. And one of my cats is also not super well. I don't know where he is right now, but he's not super well. He's going to the vet tomorrow. So it's got me a little preoccupied here, wondering like where he is, how he's doing. But we're going to get him taken care of. He's going to go to the vet tomorrow. So if my attention seems a little elsewhere, if it seems a little bit down from normal, it's just because, I'm worried about one of my boys. All right. Samuel. Yes, indeed. True start of the show. This thing sounds fucking crushing, though, man. What's going on, Bo? I know it's not palm eating. Relax. Holy fuck, that sounds brutal. This is great. Sick profile. This is the Arlington Audio Clarion lead. Superb. Thomas up late with us today. The other cool thing is I'm going to be testing some stuff from Bach pickups in the Czech Republic. Very exciting. Very, very exciting. Thomas actually got the company in my head, and I've been kind of keeping up with them on social media. And they posted this one with bass pickups, and I just so happen to have a 5-string bass that is absolutely barren of pickups because Fishman sent me a broken set, and I just don't care enough. I'm gonna send them back, and I just don't care to test another set of Fishman pickups. They are just fucking way more of a pain in the ass to install than I really feel. If you're a pro, I mean, I'm pretty good at wiring, and it just was not for me. It's just a huge headache wiring the bass. The guitar's not so bad, pretty easy, but the bass was, oh gosh, such a pain in my ass. Anyways, so the Clarion is a blend. So Bo, if you want to look it up and see what they did here, it's interesting. For this Clarion lead, they went and they just blended 3 amps somehow. I mean, they're using the preamp stage of something and this or that and the other thing and the something or other. So pretty interesting. All right, what are we gonna play through here? Also, the B52 AT100 is that not that the Ampeg VH140C clone? Is that not it? Ooh, that sounds huge. Helga B. The Helga B user on Tonehunt. Man, this guy's girl. I mean, Helga could be a woman. I'm sorry, this person. And this person is wonderful at creating awesome and unique profiles. Beefy. Is the poor man's recto? Is that what it said? The AT100 is their poor man's recto. Well, it sounds pretty fucking good. Links. I gotta practice up. That's what I'm doing after the stream tonight. I'm learning the Rammstein. It's only one way to say this band. I hate when I talk to someone and they say Rammstein. Yeah, I like this Rammstein band. Like Rammstein. Yeah, what's good. You gotta give them some credit. Rammstein. Give them some credit. You know what I mean? We got a Rammstein stream tomorrow, and it's me Tone Talk, and I'm trying to acquire the missing piece of the puzzle for the stream tomorrow. I'm trying to acquire a plugin based on this Sansamp GTR. I don't know if I'm going to have it for tomorrow or not, but I'm hoping I have it for the stream because we're Tone Talking Rammstein. We're going to be going over all the different gear and possible things that they could do to get their gigantic guitar tone. Apart from just simply quad tracking rectifiers, there's really nothing else that you need to say. You could just quad track rectifiers on an album and then be absolutely finished with it. You're all done. Wrapped up. I would like to know what their bass player uses as well. We got to look into that too, Eduardo. And Bo, we gotta make sure that this is on point for tomorrow. I don't think I'm gonna be listening to any Rammstein in the stream, as I think I'll probably get nuked into the Stone Age for that. They don't seem like the type of band that really seems all that cool with it. I aim low here, guys. Our playlist is mostly independent and smaller bands. Yes, bands that they like the exposure. However, Rammstein rather, they seem like they might take that a little more seriously. So I'm going to be doing some riff learning research. Man, I'm hitting that fucking chord. Gosh, that's irritating. Super unfortunate the way I ran this cable today. I think I'm just going to take it down. Hold on. That might even be better. Yeah, I'm just going to do that for now. I had that riff so good the other night. It's an old riff that you ever write a riff at one point when you're playing a lot, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you're like, oh yeah, that riff. And you go to try to play it again, and it's like, almost like it was written by like someone else. You're like, I played that? At what point? Was I, what, when? Well, I'm glad that Rammstein has one of your favorite tones ever. If you're just joining the stream, say hi. It's Friday. We're excited. We're having a great day. We're having a good time. And in about 15 minutes, I'm going to take a quick, but actually no, I'm going to save the break for a little bit longer today. I have to go back and look at your last comment, sir. Group. Hold on. Your last comment just says group. And prior to that, hi, Bo and Samuel. But I can only see group. That's all I can see. Yeah, it's all I can see as well. Unless it got nuked. Wow. The poor man's rectifier? More like, holy fucking sounds great. So I'm just chilling here today. We're using random profiles. I'm going to honestly, I might even make Fridays all about NAMM. Why not? NAMM Fridays. I don't know. Did I just have a stroke before I said that? I was all like, blah, 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 blah. I hate when I trip over my words. You're excited to say something, but you haven't really thought it out yet. That's where we were at there. Also, I like that people are like so like interested in the profiling that they profile Bugaras. That's interesting. Does the profiles also set on fire when you use it for too long? Oh gosh. All I can see is your aggressive glasses. You like my aggressive glasses? You don't? You don't? You don't like my aggressive glasses? Oh, we're going to bring them closer to you. Ma'am Friday. No, I said Nam Friday, not Ma'am Fridays. What are Ma'am Fridays? I'm just kidding. Haha. You made a typo and I made fun of it. Wah, wah. All right, what are we using? I've got all kinds of stuff in here I haven't even tried yet. If you will collect profiles, I believe me, you will collect. So the Sinmix stuff, by the way, is some of the best you're going to find. The Sinmix stuff is rad. This is one of the Sinmix profiles here. I think it also has... Yeah, that's sounding like I'm in a tunnel. That has... I think that actually has a cabinet, though. It doesn't sound as good as it did with my cabinet. I'm just saying. It's going to be a bit different, though. All right. I'm going to bring that cab back. I'm going to go back, go to amps. Now, there's another one here, the ESH Raptor. I don't know anything about this amp in its actual form. Do you guys, did we talk about this once and I just forgot about it? But if you're in the comments and you've heard of the ESH Raptor before, let's talk about this amp because this thing sounds like a bit of a beast. Do I have the Crank Jr.? I don't. I don't have the, like, is the profile? Call it try day because you're going to be trying all your... I typically don't like to go through new things, like, but I think it's just kind of like the right thing to do. Like, we like to just really relax. There's nothing really ever structured about Fridays here, folks. They are chill out, gear chat, real fucking simple, easy going. Whereas everything else is going to have a little more structure to it. I mean, not a whole lot, but we do what we can. So I'm going through, this is another guy, Emil Robe. EMILROHBE. And he does a whole bunch of really cool stuff. This is his I'm going to call him John Petrucci, but I've heard him called a lot lately called John Petrucci. And knowing a lot of Italian people, Petrucci actually does make sense. But I don't know. You call him whatever you want. We're just gonna say Dream Theater tones from now on. Just the amp. It's tight. It's tight. Nice and tight. Yeah, it's great. Super tight. I'm just amazed at the amount of great pedals are in here too. There's also a lot of full rigs. I think the full rigs are cool. I just think I have a lot more use. I get a lot more use out of just the amps being profiled with nothing else going on. Maybe an amp and a pedal, but no cab. Please, no cab. I just vastly prefer that. I know there are users out there that just would just love having like the full rig, and that's available here as well. You can avoid whatever you'd like. I'm going to go with, what is this? Hetfield NAMM. Let's try this out. Whoo, that's just lovely. Oh boy, fuck that one up good. It actually kind of surprised me that James Hetfield used the VH4 and not the Herbert. The Herbert seems like it's just way more up James Hetfield's, right up his alley, with that whole mid-scoop feature inside the amp. It just seems like it's way more up Hetfield's alley. Feel free to discuss in the chat. But I mean, also, is there a more versatile channel in an amp out there than the VH4 and the channel 3? Like that thing, the channel 3, you can seemingly have a whole amp. They could just put out a simplistic amp that is literally just channel 3 of the diesel VH4. Put it in a little lunchbox, make it like 20 watts or something, whatever, and they could probably do pretty well with that product. There you go. Sell it. Sell it. Just make it and sell it. I guarantee the amp does well. You're welcome. I have the best mind you've ever seen. I'm just teasing. All right. Let's keep going. Guys, if you have anything you want me to go and check out, I will happily go and check it out. In the meantime, let's just keep going, man. Like, there's so much in here. The Lamb of God profiles, there are 2. Does that have a cab and I'm just like, I'm deaf? Nope, no cab there. Also, I've become kind of used to the fact that pardon me again, I've become kind of used to of being very gentle with how you're picking, going into any profile, going into any new pack. Inside the same pack, you're probably not going to get a whole lot of volume dips and drops and bumps and flops, but sometimes you'll get the odd pack that's just like through the roof, like spike through the universe. So, always give it a little before you like fucking get right into her, just to save yourself, save your monitors, your ears, your headphones. Kind of low. Man, I'm having a great day today. Apart from the fact that I got punched in the face by a 6-year-old. That's the interesting part of my day. I walked right into it too. I walked right into it, not really knowing what I was getting into when I was walking into the room to help a colleague. And I got it right in the kisser. And as you can see, I've got a bit of a fat lip from a 6-year-old. Yeah, that happens from time to time in my line of work. And if you don't know what I do for a living, I'm always happy to put it out there that I do a day job where I work with individuals with autism in a classroom setting. And so this week, as mentioned before, we had weekly. The kids all get to choose their favorite song, and weekly we have a vote on, and if the song gets played, we throw it out. It's gone. And then they continue to vote. This week, the winner was a band that I'm not that familiar with, actually. What are they called again? Shoot. Skillet. Sorry. And the song is called Monster. A band called Skillet. I understand they're very popular in the States, but they don't do nothing up here. I've never really heard too much about them. Apart from them, weren't they in a Guitar Hero game once? I think they were in a Guitar Hero game once. Maybe. All right. Maznikov. This actually is this guy does some pretty good profiles. This is the Deliverance from Maznikov. This thing sounds fucking crushing too. Legit right here. And for those of you unaware, the Deliverance is actually made by Fryette, I think makes it now. It used to be made by VHT, and it is an amp that I really don't think gets enough credit. The Pitbull, though, is the biggest name in VHT/Fryette history. That's their flagship fucking amp. And nobody, except for one company took a stab at it and did a pretty good job. Pretty darn good job. Bang up job from Audio Assault. Thank you to Audio Assault for taking a good poke at the VHT Fryette Pitbull. I would love to see. I actually didn't even look. Are there any profiles based on that? I know there. Obviously I found the Deliverance profiles, but I didn't even look for any. I don't know why, but I didn't look for any Pitbull. Nice. That is the Myasnikov Deliverance. That's a pretty cool last name you got there, buddy. Myasnikov is my last name. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. It just seems fun. What are you going to do to me? Come on, let's fight. Pimpin' PV Pack. Now, this is full. Oh, these are all full rigs? No, not full rigs. So some of these, let's go with the 6534. This has a boost, so we're going to get rid of the sword and see what else we got here. Whoa! One of my very favorite all-time amps and one of my very favorite all-time screamers together sounds awesome. Wouldn't you figure it? If you've never had a chance to play through a PV 6534 or a 6534 Plus, you really, really just got it. It's essentially just 5151 and a 5152 with EL34 tubes. And, oh man, you just got it. You got to try them out. Oh, that sounds awesome too. Superb. Superb. Let's boost the boost, brother. There's actually a Cradle Filth riff that sounds like death metal meow mix. Like, sorry, black metal meow mix. It's minor chords, and it's literally just, I can't remember what the song is. We'd have to go looking for it, and I'd probably get nuked in the process. Because Danny Filth doesn't seem like he's all that much fun for copyrights. I don't know. I'm just teasing. Never take anything I say seriously, guys. Just never. Try to never take anything I have to say seriously. So we got here high gain. The red. What is Red Joyo Argos? Joyo Argos has got to be just like some sort of Joyo recreation of something cool. I don't know. Not all the Joyo pedals are bad, by the way. If you ever get a chance, a few of those pedals are definitely worth purchasing. Fuck. at their amazingly low prices, especially if you're not like touring or gigging like the pedals constantly. I mean, I don't know if they take a beating, but whoa. Holy fuck. Can I keep anything in tune today? Can I keep anything in tune today? All right, cool. So that was that pack. MXR drive high gain. All right, let me catch up with the comments. I'll have to try it. I'm going to try that. I don't know if I want to go and just grab it in the middle, midstream, but I will grab it. And I will try it. And I can see the wheels turning right now with Eddie. Eddie's just like full bore, ready to go start profiling some Randalls and cranks. Randalls, cranks, and PBs. I think, man, if you can get a talent for capturing just the amp, if you're out there and you have an amp collection and you want to get into this, man, this is a good place to be. It's a good place to be. I have recently contacted a friend of mine with an extraordinary amp collection that he uses predominantly for reamping in a business of his. As most of the work he does is reamping for reasonably big clients as well. He has agreed that when he has some time, he is going to learn how to profile some of his amps, and he is going to give us the profiles when he's done. Very, very cool. And you'll be able to get those whenever they're around. This dude's amp collection is something that requires 2 pieces of paper. Probably. Man, cat hair, get off me. That was not great. That riffage was very sloppy on my behalf. So you look here, the profiles. This goes from, man, the Duncan 805. I need that in my life. Hold on. Man, the Duncan 805 overdrive pedal is a unique beast. I think it's an overdrive or it's a tube screamer. I'm not sure. Either one. It thing is legit. It's definitely got its own kind of flavor and vibe. And one of my favorite tube screamers. And I'm glad that it's getting some more attention, because for the longest time it seemed like it was just sort of that one of these pedals that Seymour Duncan would just kind of threw out there, and I didn't really see it around, and then all of a sudden it's starting to get some love, so that's great. And there's stuff you might be thinking, sure, I'm just chugging right now, but there's a lot of good morsels. And we're going to do a clean stream on the NAMM. I haven't even done a whole lot of testing. I'm just still stuck in drive land. I've got a plenty of clean amps here that I really want to give a shot to when I have a chance. And yeah, the Wizard Hellraiser, that's another one that I've managed to find, and it's man, it makes me happy. This is another good one. Ooh, a little bit loud. See, I went and chugged right into it, and look what happened. That's killer, crushing. I didn't even know that Wizard had something called a Hellraiser. Admittedly, I'm not that familiar with their amps. Probably going to get nuked for that one too. I got to take that off the list. All right. So how are you guys doing? It's Friday. It's kind of exciting. We're having a good day. I don't know if we're going to meet quite the aspiration of 150 minutes today, but we're going to get somewhere. We're going to have some fun still. We're going to have a lot of fun. I am going to take a quick 2-minute break. We're going to come back. I'm going to play some bass at some point, and maybe. I'm definitely going to come back with a second guitar, though, and kind of chug on something else, because this one is not... I'm also risking grabbing something else from the wall and it being just twice as unreliable right now, but we're going to see what happens, I guess. And we're going to test some of the maybe rock to... maybe nothing that involves like a low tuning. We'll see. But in any event, I will be back in a couple of minutes. As far as I know, this song is fine. All right, I'm going to be back in a couple of minutes. Give me just two guys, and yeah, cheers. What's going on, everybody? Oh, geez. My cat gave me a bit of a scare there. Oof. He's not feeling well. And he wasn't where he usually is. And I had to go looking for him for a minute. I realized that he was just in another bed in another room. So, crisis averted. The sick one, that is. I'm not that controlling of oh, Jesus Christ, he's not where I put him. No, it was just the sick boy, and he's going to have to go in tomorrow to see the vet. So I do apologize for my subdued amount of spirit today. I have my Iceman out. And typically when the Iceman comes out, I'm looking for a blend of things in a stream. But right now, one of the purposes for me putting this guitar together was to play Doom. Wow, that needs a bit of a neck adjustment before we get going. That's okay. Because I can do that in 8 seconds, and I don't need to pay. Sorry, it just actually makes me laugh. Like, I can't say it with a straight face. I can't say, I gotta bring it to my tech for a neck adjustment. I can't say that out loud because it's ridiculous. All right. It is, though. It's ridiculous. Don't ever bring your guitar to a tech for a neck adjustment. Please don't do that. Please don't. Just message me. If your the neck on your guitar is so fucked up that you're about to bring it to a tech, just message us first. Message us first, please. We'll help you. Don't go pay a tech. Don't do it. How did it fuck things up that bad? Hold on. My bad, guys. So I hope you guys are having a great Friday. I know we probably have a slower crowd today. And tomorrow might be, who knows? Tomorrow might be the big show. Ideally, we are looking to grow slowly here. And I can remember what we did, what we've done with other efforts. And guys, I think that what we're about to do, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, that we're putting together a plugin, and I think people are gonna really like it. And that's about as much as I can say right now off the top, is that we're doing something cool, and I think y'all are gonna like it when it comes out. In the meantime, what do we have here? Well, one of the reasons I wanted to bring this guitar out is so we can play some Doom. And you might be thinking, well, I mean, can it really Doom? Yes, the Neural Amp Modeler can definitely Doom in a few different ways. In fact, in this case, you can use 2 instances for a pedal and an amp. In this case, I'm going to go into pedals and find the Carcosa Fuzz. This thing has become one of my favorites. And you can go there's so many fuzz pedals, guys. So many fuzz pedals. And I'm going to go get an amp that, promotes a little bit more of the Doom. Not a lot of orange out there. I haven't found a lot of orange. Have you guys found much orange? Orange! I've got the Dual Terror here. But, I mean, I kind of want, I thought I saw a matte amp as well. I think I'm going to have to go, hunting. So I'm going to go to the Sun Pack here and go to the Beta Lead. And there's a Model T as well. And then for my cabinet, I am going to go and find my Dr. Bonkers and the Big W here. And I'm going to just grab myself a quick mix and see where we're at here. Hold on. Oh, yes. I remember what I did. Are you kidding me? That sounds so good, dude. So much sustain. Let's go. Oh. that's so good. Holy shit. Man, that sounds good. You can't say that doesn't sound like a fucking stack of doomage. This is a big ass, extra big ass high watt cab from Dr. Bonkers. The Big W has been part of my doom secrets for a long time that I just revealed to you guys out of nowhere for no reason. I'm just kidding, guys. I've been telling everybody for years that Dr. Bonkers has one of the best selections of IRs you've ever seen for doom. For anything, really. But so much for doom. You got to go over there and check them out. The Big W is a big ass high watt cab with a lot of balls. It's a lot of balls. Oh my God. Yeah, the quad Cortex can't do a lot of things. Overhyped. What are you going to say? I'll say it out loud. I don't care. Their plugins sure aren't overhyped, though. I just think that the Quad Cortex, I don't know. I could take it or leave it. I finally had an opportunity to try one out. And I mean, it sounded good, but like, it's not Laxafax. That's it. That's where I'm sticking the sword in the sand there. I don't really have much of a leg to stand on, nor do I give much of a fuck about hardware modelers. I get asked to review them from time to time, to be honest, and in the past anyways, and the only one I almost said yes to was the Ampero, just because I was curious enough, because I heard really good things and I wanted to just put hands on it and really listen to it, and I never actually got the chance to do that. But otherwise, I don't know, hardware modelers are, I just don't have any use for ones. And I'm not saying they're not amazing and they can't do awesome stuff. I just don't have any need for one. And all of my spare time is put into plugins. So yeah, I kind of just, that's kind of where I park my car. Wow, that sounds fucking good. Oh, it's so good. Let's change the pedal profile. If I'm not mistaken, the Carcosa Fuzz was a plugin that DoD did in a number of collaborations with Black Arts Toneworks. And a very, very, very cool very, very cool pedal builder, I believe, based in the United States. And super, super nice dude as well. I've spoken with him a couple of different times. On behalf of developers potentially looking to do something licensed with Black Arts Toneworks. I cannot confirm or deny that something may or may not be happening. But yeah, here we are. So yeah, the DoD Carcosa Fuzz is just an absolute monster and super, super versatile. A lot of different tones in the box. So the profile pack of the pedal is quite large because there's just a lot of different settings that matter. So let's just continue to kind of chug through this. Well, not even chug. Let's just drone our way through this one. Sounds great. Fuck, that sounds good. So good. Wow, that's ballsy. That's just one profile change, eh? And then the next one is like just. I'm starting to feel doity. I need a shower after this. Oh my God. Oh, if you don't know what riff I was attempting to butcher there, then you wouldn't have got why I laughed. And I just left it nothing. Gosh. I love a good ska guitar tone. And some people might not think that there's any talent to playing ska, but holy shit. So, man, there is some school, especially if the ska band involves horns, then there are some musicians in the band, because you don't just fall out of the sky and learn how to play horns like you can play a guitar or a bass or drums. Not to say that they're easy instruments to learn how to play by any means, but you don't learn how to play brass without learning notation and without learning, how to read music. You can do all of the other things without learning how. I don't know how to read shit, and I can play a number of instruments that I learned by ear. And some people, however, like I can't read music for shit. I've tried a bunch of different times. It just does not connect with brain. And I would imagine there are not a lot of people that play brass out there. Why are we talking about this? Because it's Friday and we can. Whoa, there was a bad note there. Yeah, bad note there. Holy shit. Want to hear what it sounds like without the denoiser though? Holy shit, that denoiser is good at what it do. And just to nuke that a little excess bit, the silencer also free. Bye-bye. And now it's been fully nuked. Oh, yes. So, yeah, the Carcosa Fuzz Pack is just... Mwah! It's amazing. Look at all these profiles that you get, and it's for free. Somebody was nice enough to just tweak it all and make it all these profiles. Thank you so much to whoever did that. And there are names on some of these, and there are not names on some of them, and I just don't know who to thank right now. The other one, the Boss Hyperfuzz is also in here. Yeah. So we'll try that out. Some of these profiles are awesome. Some of them are, they're pretty good. You'll see. That's just filthy kind of rock sounding. All right, hold on a second. All right, let's get to the comments real quick. Yeah, what do you guys think of the news for Slipknot? Hey, what do you guys think about that? The news that Slipknot finally employed a drummer that we can all get behind. Let's talk about that. I'm actually going to talk about that while I'm thinking of one thing in my mind here. While we're doing something, but let's talk about that real quick. Jay Weinberg. And I also want to point out, that Jay Weinberg, I watched some videos today. Okay, let's just get into this real quick. I just want to say let's say our piece. Let's take it off the rails for a sec, because we all listen to Slipknot a little bit, I think. I have a long history and a very interesting history that I think I told in a stream once when it comes to Slipknot. I was friends with a woman who worked at a small record label who ended up getting hired by Roadrunner as a publicist and a marketing person. And I was running a small zine, and we had a lot of back and forth. And I remember the day that she said, "Oh my God, there's this fucking band that I saw last night. We signed them, and there's like fucking 27 guys in the band, and they all beat the shit out of each other, and they're all banging on beer kegs." And I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about?" And it was like literally like, I think it was like actually like probably 9 or 10 in the morning. I hadn't gone to bed till 6. I remember the story really well. Anyways, going to present day, Jay Weinberg fired. And I thought, and all the Slipknot fans, they kind of reached out. "Oh my God, like, how could they? Oh my God. Oh no." They fired a hired gun. That's all he is. He was never intended to be anything else. He was always a hired guy. Like, do you not know how session musicians work? Sure, the way that that fired him was kind of like, man, what? It's kind of like, low class for sure. But it's a business, and I just think that like Jay Weinberg playing Slipknot, he was always playing at the absolute fucking highest of his skill set. You could see him just playing. There was no headroom. There is zero headroom in what he was doing with Slipknot. He was playing to the maximum output of his ability each and every time he sat down with that band. And you'd watch his live drum cams and you're thinking, wow, there's a sloppy fill there. Whoa, that's a sloppy fill there. Ooh, that's a sloppy fill there. Not saying he's a bad drummer. That's not what I'm saying. He's a phenomenal drummer. But for Slipknot, in some of those songs, you could just see he was playing at the absolute top of his register at every given time. And I don't think that's a comfortable place for any musician on stage in front of thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people. Can you imagine being out there just playing the absolute top of your fucking register, thinking to yourself like, holy shit, this is hard shit. And he wasn't even a metal drummer before he joined the band. He just learned how to be a metal drummer so he could play in Slipknot. Fucking cool and admirable, sir. Admirable. But I saw, I don't know if you guys agree, but I saw footage of Jay Weinberg playing with Infectious Grooves, one of my favorite bands of all time. And I gasped. The only drummer because Josh Freese, who's now in Foo Fighters, who used to play in Infectious Grooves and other bands, he also played in Suicidal Tendencies, played a billion fucking. You go and look up Josh Freese and you look at his resume, and your jaw's gonna hit the fucking floor. He's played in every band. He's played in live bands that would just blow your mind, all different genres. But when I saw Jay Weinberg playing beside Rob Trujillo in these like cell phone quality, GoPro quality audio, terrible clips, go watch them on YouTube right now. They're right here. You can just stop watching me. I will forgive you. You can go watch a couple of these clips of Jay Weinberg playing in Infectious Grooves, just jamming. And him and Rob Trujillo are like this, just like that. Rob Trujillo is one of the greatest bass players of all time. And I'm sorry I'll say this, but he absolutely destroys Cliff Burton in anything Cliff Burton was on his best day. Rob Trujillo is 100 times better than Cliff Burton ever was. I'll say it. I don't care. Because go listen to Infectious Grooves if you want proof. The man is just on another fucking level. He is playing very comfortable in Metallica. He just mails that shit in every night and makes a big fat paycheck. That's great. However, in Infectious Grooves, he's a fucking monster. And it takes a monster drummer to play with a monster bass player. And if you're not, then you're out of sorts. So he is way better off in Infectious Grooves. He fits that like a glove. He's not playing at the top of his register. He's having fun. He's not looking exhausted. He's not making any fucking mistakes. He's adding to the songs. He's adding cool fills to the songs, I might add. So, like, he's making the stuff even better. Now, the drummer that they're going after and the proof is out there. If you go and look at the Sepultura social media, they put something out there that said that he quit the band after all this stuff, and they're about to start rehearsing for this big tour. He quit the band very suddenly and just moved and uprooted his entire life and moved away to pursue a career in another project. Is exactly what they said. And obviously we know what that is. I'm just gonna regurgitate what Estepario said, but man, it's looking pretty much like it's gonna be the guy. But man, you watch him play Slipknot stuff, holy shit, he just rips it. Man, he rips it. So I'm very happy that they finally have a remember last time they hired a drummer and they hired Jay Weinberg and everyone was like, what? Who? What? You had all these metal guys to choose from and what? What are you doing? What? Why? It was like one of those like odd fit. Okay, I guess we can get to like this. I never really did like it. Didn't like any of the albums they put out with him in them. With him in the band, I just thought that they weren't metal albums. They're not, I don't know, they're okay. He was just trying to do Joey stuff. He wasn't, I don't know if they were giving him creative room, but man, Aloy Casagrande, they better be giving him the creative room. They better not have him playing those shitty tunes. That dude is going to rock it. And I hope they create like a really, really heavy death metal-y type album. Yeah. Make a whole album like Disaster Piece. Yeah. Yep. That's exactly what it is. All right. Now we had a chat. I just had a chat. Wanted to talk about that first with somebody. All right. Next profile. Oh, it's so filthy. Oh, it's so filthy. Oh, gosh, that is filthy. Oh, so good. That is really good. So this is just profile on top of profile right now, guys. This is free. All of it is free. FC2. And you've got the beta lead, Sun beta lead. We could switch over to the Sun Model T. Holy! Let's calm down a little bit here. Let's calm down. What happened? Oh, I see here. I thought the song just kind of stopped there. The Amp Sim universe, brother. Oh, you set that up so well. What universe is it? The Amp Sim universe. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my, this is so good. Holy fuck. Like, so good. I'm actually like, I'm completely overwhelmed with how much fun I'm having right now. Man, that sounds good. It's fun. Fun sounding shit right here. Oops. If you're a Smashing Pumpkins fan at all, they're the only grunge band. I guess they got lumped into grunge too, and I guess that would kind of almost fit them because I'm not really sure where else they would fit. A lot of the other grunge bands, you could be like, not really. They're just an alt-rock band, or the Melvins were just a doom band because that's what they were. But I would say a band like the Smashing Pumpkins, Nirvana, those bands, they kind of personify Mudhoney. Those bands kind of personify the grunge sound. And the Smashing Pumpkins were the only band in the grunge sound that I really enjoyed because the guitar tones were giant. There's a fucking massive wall of guitar, and it was the Hyperfuzz. One of the only band. Yeah, that's a really nice song, dude. And they kind of just lost it. When they lost their way when they started doing, I don't know, they did some really weird stuff for a while that just, I don't know, they were just dressed. Billy looked like Uncle Fester for a bit there. I don't know. He was doing wrestling for a bit. I don't know what was going on. But I don't know. Back in the day, that Siamese Dream album, that learning how to play those songs, I hate to say it, learning how to play those songs would get you interest from girls. And yet they would still be really cool songs. I mean, I think I only learned a couple of Nirvana songs to meet girls in high school. And apart from that, I don't know. Nirvana was okay. But I was always kind of a metal guy, and I always kind of resisted against the grunge thing because you're like, wait a minute, hold on. It was just sloppy. Even though I was like huge into skate punk, which was also sloppy at times, that was still sloppy and precise. With a lot of the grunge stuff, like I just wasn't down. I loved Alice in Chains. Didn't consider them grunge. I consider them a hard rock band, which they are. Tool got lumped in with early Tool got lumped in with grunge, and they just kind of went their own way. The Melvins, they continued on, and now they're known more as like a progressive rock or doom band, maybe. And Alice in Chains, of course, are now just known as a rock band. Pearl Jam, same thing. They're just a rock band. So I wonder where Nirvana would have ended up. Would they still be a grunge band? I don't know. Hard to say, right? Oh, that sounds so good, guys. And we haven't even like played around with different amps. Is there a Matt amp on there? Man, there's a few songs though. Like there was one song I really didn't. There's a few songs by Smashing Pumpkins on that double album. I think that double album is roughly like 50% really rad and 50% complete filler and garbage. I just thought like some of those songs really rocked, and then some of them really didn't. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but that was about as far into grunge as I got. I appreciated Nirvana for what they were, like, you know, the movement and everything. Dave Grohl, one of my favorite human beings in the history of the universe, and loved the way that he would just put a floor tom on his rack and just fucking go all out with a floor tom on his rack. That was terrific. Loved that. And I loved, you want one thing, the one thing I always admired Nirvana for was going on one of those live shows where they were supposed to lip sync and mimic, and then just making like complete parody and being like, bloop, 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 doo, and then holding the guitars upside down and stuff. And that's exactly how I feel about mimicking and miming as well. I really do. That's exactly how I feel about it. I feel that's exactly how I want to do videos, to be honest. I kind of just want to do videos where I'm just going to pretending to mime stuff in the middle, take a drink of pop, pat the cat. It's that sort of thing. I think that's how I might do my playthroughs. Oh, if you get a chance, try this Sun Beta. I think there's a Model T and a Sun Beta Lead inside one pack. It's just called, I think it's called, yeah, it's just called Sun Pack. I just grabbed it because it said Sun. I was like, that sounds interesting. And here we are. Fantastic. Man, Kurt Cobain's guitar tone was not my thing because it was very DS1 based. That was the main part of his tone. And the DS1 is a pedal that gosh, do I dislike the DS1 in a lot of ways, especially when you start turning that distortion on that DS1 up. It's you can actually layer it with different things to kind of create a neat kind of fuzz thing, and it can be ugly. But if you're using it for like metal, gosh, it was never my thing. As soon as I saw that orange box, it was just not so bueno. And admittedly, even Boss said that the pedal was a cheap design. It was a cheap piece of shit that they didn't understand why people liked it, because it was literally a cheap piece of shit. That's what somebody that used to work at Boss actually said. I read it. At least I read that in a forum. All right, so the Synergy preamps, don't know much about these either. Do these go, if I'm not mistaken, do these not go in one of those like power ampy, like cartridge type things? Am I not mistaken? We also have Vox. We have the Hellraiser. We have all kinds of things happening today. I haven't tried the Splon Pro Mod though. Let's try that. Is there a cab in it? Let's see. Let's not use it. Let's not use it with the hyperfuzz right out of the gate. No, it's gonna be too much gain for that sort of thing. Sounds pretty good. Can't say it doesn't. It's pretty solid there. And this is a Splon Pro Mod, kind of Marshall-y type things. Bo's gonna know a lot more. Bo knows, believe me. Bo knows Marshalls. Bo, how far off of an actual Marshall are the Splon amps? Are these like completely original creations, or are these for the most part just modified Marshalls? I'm curious. I guarantee Bo's just going to know this already. Anyways, while I'm waiting the very short time that it always takes him to answer these type of questions, let's keep on going here. The Tim R, by the way, is another profile creator over at Tonehunt that you might want to check out. Tim R, he's got some really great sounding stuff. So there's this, the entire time, by the way, we've been using, I'm still using this Doom Impulse. I'm looking for something that's not really doomy right now, but this is still giving me something I enjoy. But for now, I'm going to go back to the Doom. And is there something cleaner? Nope. This is all just this is for the most part boosted profiles anyways. But that sounded really good, and I will try that again with a more suitable cabinet. SL 100. How gainy is this? That sounds like it's got an impulse response. It does. I don't like the impulse response. I wish they would just leave the cab out. Leave it out. Out. Can I sound more Canadian? Out. oot with a boot. No one here says a boot. Well, actually, you know what? Every once in a while, every once in a blue moon, the missus and I will catch each other saying a boot. And it's not something that's conscious, or it's not even something that happens all that often. You know what I mean? But we are very Canadian, and I do say a lot, and you will catch me. If you guys want, you can just be like, hey, when you hear me saying it too often, just let me know. All right. So yeah, anyways, we're going on. What are we going on? Oh, we're going on almost 2 hours here, hanging out with Nam, and I just reinvigorated the stream. I reinvigorated my love for this stream at this point because, man, these are all the pedals that I have available. Oh, sorry, these are the amps. Let's go to the pedals in a second. I'm going to go to the Zach Wild Marshall. That was quite interesting, wasn't that then? That's not what I want to be putting a hyperfuzz through, so... Also not quite the amp that I'm looking for. I'm using the same pack. Okay, I thought you said I'm using the same pick as you. I'm like, say what? Lee Jackson. I actually didn't try this one out yet. I didn't try this one out at all. I'm kind of excited though. Hold on. Oh, that sounds like it needs an IR, so let's put one in. Oh, color me impressed. That sounds pretty cool. It sounds really good, actually. Color me impressed. Color me impressed indeed. Let's put a little delay on that for a little bit of lead action. Sounds great. Probably sounds real good for leads, doesn't it? Doesn't sound like my settings, but yet it is. We try Seru. You're gonna. Can you message that? Can you message that to the page so I don't forget? Or Bo, can someone message that to me on my personal account? I really admittedly don't know a whole lot about the about that particular piece of gear. Again, I'm using kind of a cabinet that's probably not ideal for this. I'm going to go find something a little bit doomier because I want to end it off with some Doom. What do I have here that's probably pretty sweet for Doom? What do I have that's... Is it the PV Ultra or the VTM that's going to be better for... Wait, inspired by Gary Holt. Look at that. I'm going to guess it's the Ultra. Oldie but goodie pack. No. Is that... See, there's going to be some stuff that if you don't know what it is, you're just going to have to jump in. I'm just going to go back to the Sun Pack for now so I can try out some different pedals instead of messing around too much here. Let's just go back. I remember recording this cover. It's a good cover of a song that you'd never heard if you're not Canadian. Because up here we have a ridiculous law that basically states that nobody can broadcast anything unless it's 50% Canadian. It's basically all of your content anybody puts out there has to be 50% Canadian. And so there are a lot of artists up here that just don't get play anywhere else in the world. And this be one of those artists. All right. I don't know anything about. There's so many pedals in here that I list. Like there's like, I don't know. When we do, you want to call it options overload? Maybe, I don't know. The Hyperfuzz. There is a few different. By the way, there are a few different HM2 packs in here that you're going to want to try out as well. The Corrosion Distortion pedal. What's that? I have no idea. Whoa, that sounds like an awful lot of noise you got there for me. What do you have? Oh, so this is the DoD heavy metal clone. They have an HM2 clone. They call it the American Chainsaw. What do they call it? The DoD Corrosion pedal? I think that's it. Don't quote me on that. The Grunge pedal. There's a lot of different stuff that you can use in here. Essentially, there's so many different pedals that basically you're gonna have luck all over the place. Now, I also really liked. I think I had more luck with the pedals through my own amp sims. And like using the L12X, for example, when you test out pedal profiles, I would test them out with something like the L12X that's fairly low key and transparent and can give you lots of different vibes. I found that it's really good at kind of sussing out the bad profiles and the bad pedal profiles. I was really, really thankful for that. And I also discovered that the neural amp modeler is as good at being a pedal as it is being an amp, and I really, really like putting pedals through it and putting them, up above regular amp sims, trying them out. We didn't really get to Genome today, but I was just kind of messing around with signal chains and my own IRs and some other stuff. We'll get to Genome probably sometime this weekend, though. Essentially, Genome is going to be. You're going to have. How do I say this? Anybody with a good wall of sound library needs this, no matter what. If you have even 3 or 4 of those wall of sound cabinets, yes, go get it. ASAP. However, if you don't, I think there are also other ways of maybe making something, how do I say it? I don't know if I would pay $80 for it if you're not already a wall of sound customer. But that being said, if you go and buy a few of their packs, if you just go buy a few of their packs, don't you just get the plugin for free? Did I just create a hack? Oops. Jeez. I'm not sure if I would say, if I would pay $80 for it. But I would definitely say go and buy some of their libraries. They're pretty cool. If you look through them, we'll go through it more on another day, but essentially you can kind of go through, hang on a sec. Why is it not loading? And anyway, it's supposed to be loading. I don't know why it's not loading. Okay. You can see here, there are a bunch of different cabinets. Soldano, you've got all kinds of licensed stuff. If you ever wanted licensed, they have all the licensed stuff here. So many licensed cabinets. And lots of them. Lots of really great cabinets in here. And I would say that putting NAM profiles through the codecs and then using them through these pretty rad libraries creates a pretty cool rig. You've got a lot of options, a ton of options, a lot of cabinets that match up well with a lot of different profiles. I would say that you're just having a lot of fun. However, that being said, maybe you're the type of person that's not looking for that, just likes the full rig profiles. In that case, this is going to be a bit less useful for you, in my opinion. And you should probably just stick with Neural Amp Modeler and kind of use it that way and find different ways to kind of enhance things. things as you wish. Anyhow, thank you so much, by the way, Pedro, for the recommendation. I am going to wrap it up right about now. I planned for 150 minutes today. I wanted to do a little bit of bass, but I'm just realizing that, man, there's just not enough hours in the day, and I don't know that there's a lot of bass, enough bass to showcase yet. I would really love it if somebody with a nice bass gear collection would just get into them profiles and start making some stuff. There's some nice Galleon Kruger, some decent stuff that's from Dark Glass, some decent Ampeg stuff, but there's just nothing that wows me yet where I would consider using it full time for bass or anything like that. Not just yet. There's a couple nice Sans amps out there as well, but not just yet where you're seeing like the full stuff going on. I would love to see that. All right, so my challenge for you guys, as usual, in this case of the neural amp modelers, just go hit Tonehunt tonight. If you've already got the neural amp modeler, go hit Tonehunt tonight. Look for something new. Look for a new profile maker. Look for something fun. Have some fun with it. And let me know what you turn up. If you turn up, we can share it every Friday. Whatever you turn up during the week, you got to tell us. We got to share. That's an interesting sound. It sounds like someone's riding a small motorcycle down my street, but it's not. It sounds like a chainsaw now, though. In any event, I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'm going to have a great weekend. It's supposed to be nice out this weekend. I'm going to go have a good time. And I hope you guys do as well. All right. A lot of love for each and every one of you guys. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for listening to me ramble on about stuff. Fridays are always fun times. Tomorrow, Saturday, depending on when you watch this, we are going to be doing Tone Talk, Rammstein. I'm going to be learning some Rammstein riffs tonight. Some of my favorites. I'm going to be learning some riffs, having some fun. So I have riffs to play. And we're going to be doing that tomorrow. Yeah, I knew it would be, Eddie. I knew fucking Tonehunt would be your new home. And hopefully we'll have some stuff for you guys on Tonehunt sooner than later. We're going to be putting some hopefully putting some pedals and maybe some IRs and maybe some other stuff up there where you guys can go grab some stuff from us. And hopefully we can start sharing as well as not just taking, but also giving back to the Tonehunt community. In the meantime, all we can do is promote it and tell you guys that it's a hell of a place. It's a heck of a place to spend some time finding new stuff. It's like a kid in a candy store or a hog in a slop fest. You're going to have some fun. You're going to download some stuff. Most of it will work out. Some of it won't, but it won't matter because it's all free. And there's only going to be a growing number of ways that you're going to be able to use those profiles and have a lot of fun with them. So I would suggest just getting a good collection, hanging on to the stuff, create a favorites folder. And if you're interested in making some of those profiles, man, you got to look into it because I hear it's a good time and I hear it's not that hard. So I'm going to be looking into getting some of that stuff going in the future. All right. So like I said, that's my challenge for you guys. Go to Tonehunt, check out some new stuff, and I will see you guys tomorrow. And I can't wait. I'm excited. A little low energy today, guys. Hopefully tomorrow's a better day. I apologize, but tomorrow will hopefully be a better day. We've got a lot of fun stuff happening, and I'll see you guys then. Have a great evening. Cheers.